If you click in this video, you're probably thinking that I'm gonna give you some tips to buy a car. Well, this is not your video. This video is to help you find out what kind of car you need. Because one of the main things that people ask me when they discover that I'm a mechanic is, what do you think about this car? Well, what are you gonna use it for? Because let's be honest, everyone's different and everyone have different needs. And yes, 90% of the time, the answer is a Toyota Corolla. But for you, I want to dig very deep. First, we gotta find your taste. Now, you might have an idea of what you like, but in reality, most people have only driven like 1 or 2 cars. It's been like a long time ago since they've driven. So their memory is gonna be like fuzzy about how was a car a long time ago. And it's good to like go back and test drive some other cars with a fresh mind. I usually just recommend this if you're looking for a newer motor vehicle, because that way you don't have to deal with a salesman breathing behind your back. If you don't have any friends or family, don't worry. You can go to a used dealership or like a new car dealership and ask for a simple test drive. Now that you are in a vehicle, pay attention to all the things that you really like and all the things that you really dislike. Maybe you like the car infotainment system, but you really hate the visibility inside. Or maybe you like the acceleration of the car, but hate how annoying and big the car is to maneuver. Make sure that you're writing all these things down in a notepad, in your phone. It really doesn't matter, but write them down because you're probably gonna forget down the line. Alright, now that you taste a couple vehicles and have a pretty decent idea of the things that you like and dislike, it's time to figure out what are the actual goals that your car have to do. Think about how many people are you gonna bring in your car, how much space you need for your groceries. Maybe you have specific features that you need in your car, like the capability of towing. These are the things that you want to keep in mind and write it down. These are the things that your car have to do no matter what. For most people, these are simple things like it have to be reliable, fuel efficient, and with enough space to bring my groceries. However, if you're someone who likes camping, you might have more specific things as your deal breakers, like all-wheel drive, enough space for the backseat for your friends, and enough space to carry all your gear. Now it's time to add some of the things that you learn while doing those test drives. Write down all the things that you consider very important and what are the things that you will consider deal breakers too. So one of the deal breakers that you discover during your test drive could be that the infotainment system can be shit, which is very common nowadays. With this checklist, you should be able to narrow down your options to a car that truly fits your needs. And trust me, this is always gonna be worth it. And finally, we gotta talk about your budget. Now, I know you have a number in mind, but think again, my friend, that number is not gonna cut it. Why, you ask? Because when you factor things like registration, taxes, and if you're buying a used car, repairs, your budget is definitely gonna take a hit. So I recommend that you take apart 10 or 20% of the total amount that you're planning to spend on a car. You will also have to consider other monthly fees such as insurance, gas, and maintenance. Because many of these vary depending on your situation or location, I tend to help people with this by focusing mainly on the gas cost. A quick and easy way for this is to simply have an idea of how much you're planning to spend every month and then subtract how much is your gas expenses. Now, how we do that? Figure out how many miles is your commute to work or school times the days that you usually commute. Divide that by the miles per gallon of the car times your local gas station price, and then that should be your monthly gas cost. So let's say you're on the hunt for a 2010 Honda Civic and you can only spend $10,000 and about $200 on monthly expenses. Because you know this is an older car, you decide to take 20% off out of those $10,000, leaving you for about $8,000 for the price of the car and about $2,000 for repairs, taxes, and registration. Now for your monthly expenses. If we take the same example that we just did, we're gonna be spending about $70 every month. Subtract that and we know that now we have $130 every month for insurance and some other maintenance items. But what about if you're looking to lease a car? Well, depending on your situation, again, this can be very complicated. So I'm just gonna leave you with my 2 biggest tips when you're leasing a car. Number 1, you must be able to put at least 10% down, ideally 20% down of the value of the car. And number 2, you don't want to finance for more than 2 years for a used car or 5 years for a new car. Just like the clothes you wear, your car becomes an extension of who you are, your lifestyle, and your personality. So don't worry if you don't put the same amount of effort on every single topic that we just covered. At the end of the day, it can be very tedious. And besides, The best car for you is the one that makes you smile. Thanks for watching. Let me know below in the comments what other things you would like me to cover. I glanced over a lot of things because I wanted to make this very beginner friendly, but this video idea became just because people were asking me way too much how to like pick the car for them, when in reality they are the ones who know the best what kind of car they should be picking. But if you feel that you still need a recommendation more precisely or want a more technical question, just write it down below. I'll be down in the comments and let me know. Stay tuned for more videos.